Well, praise the good Lord, saints of the Most High. I'm back. Um, so last week I didn't do the video on last Friday, to be honest with you, because I've been struggling. As the week started off where I wasn't feeling 100% in my body. And then it's just the cares of life, things that other people have been going through that I've been calling and checking on them. So that kind of burden, and then also my own personal burdens and my emotions. And then we went from that to the spiritual. So it's just an overall struggling week for me on last week. That on Friday, I just absolutely could not make this video on Friday. But I decided that I wanted to do the video today for two reasons. Number one is because, no matter what life brings, I just feel like I have to keep going. I have to keep going with doing the things that I know to do and the things that God has given me the ability to be able to do. So, health awareness, and I've said this many times before, unless God says it's done, I'm done, that, I can stop. I will continue to, do this until the Lord tells me to stop. So, but it's important for us to continue on having discussions and whatnot concerning our health, because unfortunately, it doesn't matter what I'm going through or you're going through or whatever, life goes on. So life goes on. And, as life goes on and we have our tests and our trials and our tribulations and our struggles, we can't stop doing the things that we know that we ought to do. So I'm doing that video today for that reason. And then also, this Friday, I won't be doing a video again because of the holidays. So I figured today's a good day to be able to talk with you. And the video today is going to be more of a heart-to-heart conversation. I was telling my husband, I think it was yesterday or today, I try to be very transparent. I try to be very honest with myself and honest with people. I feel like when you're transparent and you're honest, you can help people. So that's what this is going to be about today. Last week when I was going through, I just kept thinking about the struggles that I was having. And as I'm thinking about the struggles that I was having, I was thinking about you all. And so as we're about to end the year of 2021, my question that I pose to you is, how many of you have found yourself struggling through this year? Struggling, whether it's your health. And remember, when we talk health, we're not just talking about the physical health. We're talking about your overall health. It all works together. So if you're not well in your body, then most likely you're not going to be well in your emotions, in your mind, your spirit. It really, really does. If you really think about it, it really interacts with each other. That's why last week I really felt like I had such a great struggle. So you might have been struggling this year in your health, whether it's a spiritual thing, a mental thing, a physical thing. You might have been struggling with your weight. I wrote some things down, maybe your finances, maybe in school. Maybe you taking some classes or courses, or those who are listening that might be in school. You're struggling in your marriage. You're struggling just in life in general. And so again, this is just about being transparent. Even last week when I found myself struggling, to God be the glory. Hopefully you can tell in this video that I'm okay now. So I give God all the glory, and I want to take this moment to thank my husband as well. I got to give him his shout out because, he's very patient with me, very understanding, very prayerful, which is very, very important. So he's prayerful, and he's supportive. So I thank God for him for that, for being all those things to me, which, by the way, it does help. It does help to have support, no matter what it is that you're going through. And so as I was struggling, just things came to me about the struggle in life. And one of the things came to me is that it's a part of life. Struggle is a part of life. If it wasn't a part of life, we wouldn't find the words, struggle in the Bible. I thought about with, I always forget who was it, but when she was pregnant with the twins, and why is there struggle within herself. So you have struggles all around us, struggles in the Bible, struggles in the dictionary. So that's what I did. I looked up the dictionary, the word for struggle, and in the dictionary it just says to contend with opposing forces. So there's an opposing force. So you want to do something, but something is fighting against what your will is. All right, it's a war. And it's a conflict, okay? So I thought about the scripture, when I would do good, evil is present. So it's always a struggle, whether it's a spiritual struggle, a natural struggle, a mental, not always, but oftentimes we can find ourselves struggling. Now, I'm glad I corrected that, because it doesn't have to be a thing always. I do not believe in struggling all the time. I do not believe in being down and out in the valley all the time. I do believe that God gives us an opportunity, and we have to be able to get ourselves out. God will show us a way. He'll give us an opportunity, but it's something that we have to do. We can't expect God to do it all for us. So no, we will not struggle always, but oftentimes, sometimes we can find ourselves, like I said, contending with an opposing force, to be in war or to be in conflict. So whether it's your finances, you want to do well, you want to get out of debt, but that opposing force is saying, well, maybe another time, or you might feel like it's impossible, that it can't happen for you, that you can actually be debt free, or you have this impulse thing of buying you can't seem to overcome. Those are the opposing forces. Maybe you want to do well in your body. Your opposing forces that all this stuff out here is for us to eat, and it's like just so hard when you have restaurants on every corner or whatever. You just feel the struggle out there to do well. Your marriage, your spiritual life, all the distractions that are out there spiritually that causes us not to be as productive and as successful and as powerful as we ought to be as saints. So again, this is all just about struggles, all about just being transparent, all about being able to help somebody, if it's just somebody that's looking at this video, and also to be able to help myself to be true to who I am. Last week, a thought came to me that to be true to myself and to be honest with the ones I love. And that's the one way that we can get help if we're struggling. Just be truthful to yourself. Be truthful to yourself that, no, it's not, I'm not feeling well. I'm not, I'm not thinking right, or just whatever. And then be honest with the ones that you love and those who love you. So that way they can be there for you. So that they can help you or offer any type of support as possible, to be able to offer you any type of support. And of course, spiritually is the first and foremost thing. So I just want you to just know, if you're anything like me, I am human. I have my ups and my downs. We talk about, even in the scripture, talks about the valley. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, or even the scripture that says about he is the lily in the valley. So sometimes you're going to find yourself in the valley. You're going to find yourself struggling. All right. But in the midst of us struggling, don't feel bad. Just know that it's a part of life. One thing my husband has helped me with for the last few years is to know that God gave us emotions. He gave us feelings. I mean, whether it's sadness and sorrow and pain and anger and, all those things. Even the Bible tells us to be ye angry, but sin not. So we know that these things God gives us, and it's okay. God give us these things. Failure, we feel like failures sometimes. We feel like we can't overcome. We can't get the victory. We can't be successful. We can't, we will always fail, and we'll never amount to whatever it is that we are trying to amount to. So know that what you're feeling, what I have felt, and I don't feel it all the time, to God be the glory. But when it happens, it happens. And when you're down, but don't stay there. Don't stay down, okay? Be truthful to yourself and be honest to those that are around you, those that love you. The key to struggling, as it is a part of life, because like I said, it's all around us. The key to it is to don't give up, all right? Don't just stop and don't quit. So whatever it is you're struggling with, you're struggling to be better at something, you're struggling to overcome something, don't stop, don't give up, don't quit. That's the input. If you fall, get up. If you fall, get up. We all fall. Everybody falls at one point, one time or another. Why? Because we're human. We're human. Okay? God created us to be human beings. Okay? So if you find yourself struggling, don't give up. Don't stop. Don't quit. Don't just it came to me, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. It came to me that things seem impossible. So if you have something, like I mentioned earlier, that seems a little impossible to you, first of all, don't set your goals as unrealistic goals, okay? So for example, I think somebody just said that in their message or whatever about, oh, I'm sorry, my brother said that last night in praise and testimony service about running a marathon. Okay, don't go out there and try to run a 5K when you haven't even, you can't even run around the corner without, feeling tired or breathing heavy and stuff. Set realistic goals, okay? Maybe that 5K will be 5 years from now. So how can I do whatever I need to do or whatever, in baby steps, in small steps. So be realistic with yourself, be realistic with your goals. So even though some things seem impossible, don't just sit around and die. Just don't sit around and just waste away, okay? It's important for us not to sit around and waste away, okay? Don't do that. We have more control, is what I wrote down, what came to me. We have more control than what we believe, including myself. I have more control over my emotions. I have more control over my finances. I have more control over my health than what I may believe. Okay, so it's important for us not just to sit down and not just to let life happen and let life pass us by. God has given us a day, and every day that God gives us, let's just try to do our best to stay focused, to be realistic, to be honest. And if we struggle, then it's a struggling day. It's okay. It's okay to have a day. It's okay maybe 2 days or 3 days, a couple of days, maybe it's a week, but then it is a time to get up, keep everything in perspective, keep everything in balance. Like I had mentioned, it might, another way that you probably can get help is just have somebody to hold you accountable. So again, back to being realistic with being honest with the people that you love. You can make sure, tell them, have that person that you can talk to and whatnot. But I mean, that's basically, because I'm always aware of my time as far as the length of the video and whatnot. And then, of course, since I'm the one only talking, I don't have you responding to me and interacting and whatnot. So I'm always very, very, very mindful of that. So I'll stop. But as we are ending in the year of 2021, and I have talked to several people, including myself, I know that 2021 has not been the best year. 2021, I had a lot of stuff that I didn't know that I was going to have to go through, and would have to face in this year. But I'm determined that no matter what happened in 2021, that I'm not going to take 2021 into 2022. I'm not going to take the attitude. I'm not going to take the thoughts. I'm not going to take the mindset. I understand and I realize that I can, but other than God, I have control over my life. Okay, if that makes sense. I get to make the decisions. I can change my trajectory in life. So it's very, very important. If this video doesn't make sense or say anything to anybody or whatever, the important thing is to know that struggles, it is real. It is a part of life. You are going to have those things in life that are going to oppose what you want to do. You're going to find yourself coming short. You're going to find yourself feeling like a failure, and all those things are natural. But know that you don't have to stay there. You can change your course. You can change your attitude. You can change your mindset. And if you need help, ask for help. And that's what I had to learn, and that's what I'm still learning, that it's okay to ask for help. There's a song that we used to sing in school, high school. I don't know if you know it. It says, "No man is an island, no man stands alone." So you know what? We don't stand alone in a lot of things. We might feel like we do, and most of the times we feel like we do because we don't talk. We don't talk about it, or we don't talk to anybody. I was able to go out on Saturday. The Lord worked it out where I was able to meet a saint, and we was able to talk on Saturday, and come to find out they shared some things with me about the stuff that they were going through, and you feel like, oh God, and then, they know most of the stuff that I go through. I feel like agape and my family and stuff, because our life just happened to be like my husband would say it, we was talking about that recently, in an open book, not intentionally, but the things that we have went through this year as a family has been kind of like an open book. But in talking with the saint, I realized that, we're all going through something. We're all going through something. So let's just be prayerful and mindful one of another. Find somebody. It's important, as even we talked about mental health on this year, and I'm seeing more and more and more of it. It's important for us to be able to talk, to somebody. Even when you're struggling, talk to somebody. Know that struggle is just a part of life, and it's okay. And I will admit to you, I feel like this video is about done. That was a struggle. I mean, just talking to you and whatnot was kind of a struggle, because I'm putting myself out there and whatnot. But again, as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm okay with it, because I do feel like when we can be honest with ourselves and honest with each other, we can be a help and a blessing. And that's what's important. That's what's important, to be a help and a blessing. So I hope I said something that maybe is able to help somebody. And if it's not you, maybe you can help somebody that that are possibly struggling out there. So anyway, that's all I have for you. I do love you all. I do appreciate you. Appreciate the comments. Somebody just recently said something to me. I had no clue that they were watching the video or they were even inspired, but they said something to me. So I'm always appreciative to the comments or anything that any of you would have to say, and any feedback is awesome, and I always appreciate that. So I pray that you have a blessed week, and Merry Christmas to everyone on this Saturday. I hope that you have a happy holidays. And again, let me know if you have any questions or comments. And that's all I have for you today. All right, God bless. Bye-bye.